Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am your host, Tatiana, and I am a master mindset coach, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create your best life possible. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, life, happiness, and success, then you are in the right place. My goal with this podcast is to help you see the potential within yourself, to be able to break the limiting beliefs and habits that are holding you back, and to help you feel inspired to get clear with who you are in order to create the life you desire. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. Your girl is in a mood today. It is just a good day to have a great day, am I right? I got my essential oils on. I put peppermint, which I never do, and I feel like the smell is energizing me and clearing out my system. And I'm just really excited to be here and chat with you today and talk about releasing the judgment. Because let's be real, we all judge ourselves. And this topic was just inspired with a client conversation that I had this week. And I love having conversations with clients or people where I will just say a line and bam, breakthrough moment, total perspective shift, change, seeing their situation in a whole new lens just by something I said that made them see it differently. And I love it. I love it. So let's talk about judgment because it happens. We're human. We do it. So maybe you want to write down some of these questions I'm going to ask you. Get your journal out. I feel like processing through journaling is a great way for your subconscious and conscious mind to really process through and see it in a different lens. You don't have to. You can totally sit down. Maybe you're driving and listening to me. But ask yourself right now, what are you judging yourself for? Are you judging yourself for not being healed over someone maybe you're grieving over or mourning over that you've lost? Are you judging yourself for being in your 30s and not married with kids yet? And do you have an emotion around that? Are you judging yourself for still feeling sad and not being over your ex? And I'm not understanding, why are you not over them yet? Why do you still feel sad? Are you judging yourself for not making the money that you want at the age that you're at? Or maybe you're judging yourself that your business isn't where it's at. Whatever it is, what are you judging yourself? Be honest here. When we're honest with ourselves is when we can have breakthrough. And it brings awareness. And we can't make a change if we don't have awareness. So welcome it in. Welcome it with gratitude. We're humans. We all do it. So, okay, now you know what you're judging yourself for. So ask yourself, why are you maybe judging yourself for this? Because sometimes we judge ourselves for a secondary gain. We're gaining something out of it, right? Sometimes, sometimes it feels good to beat ourselves up or maybe, who knows really, there's a gain. So ask yourself, what is this doing for you? Probably nothing, right? It's getting you nowhere, causing more pain, causing more turmoil, confusion in your mind and your head. Because the thing is, when you feel an emotion, say sadness, and then you create these stories and beliefs and get in your head about it, being why am I still sad? Why am I not over it yet? I shouldn't be over it. So I'm not going to allow myself to feel this emotion. And then you create these stories and judgments. You push that emotion down and you don't allow it to actually be felt and released. And this truly prohibits you from fully healing. It does not allow you to move forward because you're stuck in the judgment or the obsession of the story over why you aren't where you're at. You're judging yourself, right? And this is something I've really learned lately within my breathwork training is because, I'm big on emotions, right? But we feel emotions where? In our bodies, physically in our bodies. And as humans, because we haven't been really guided or taught what to do with these emotions, what happens is when we feel this emotion, our mind or our ego, we get into our head and then we try to rationalize it or create these stories or judgments or beliefs as to why we shouldn't feel this way and what can we do to not feel this emotion because this emotion doesn't feel good. Sadness, anger doesn't feel good, right? And then what happens? We suppress it and that energy, because emotion is just energy, gets stuck in our body. And if you don't know this, if you haven't heard previous episodes, emotions are just energy in motion. And if we're not feeling them and releasing them, they're getting trapped into our body and that can manifest into injuries, physical pain, and diseases. So it's huge to process and feel emotion. So I want to encourage you when you feel an emotion to actually feel it. Don't get into your head about it and judge yourself about it. Just feel it. And I get it. It's uncomfortable. I get it. You're like, why do I still feel this way about this person? It's been, I don't know, years maybe. Been there. I've been there recently. I fucking get it. But judging yourself is getting you nowhere. And it's going to keep you in that hamster wheel. And when you can get in tune with yourself, with your emotions, which is something I have, I don't judge myself anymore. I fully feel, and I don't try to escape it or numb it or distract myself. I've gotten so much, I've built a deeper connection with myself. And I've seen my clients do this too. Because the best thing you can do is just feel it. Just feel it. Don't go back to work. Don't watch TV and just get distracted and numb yourself. Just feel the emotion. Because honestly, I forget the time span. If you allow yourself to just sit in an emotion and feel it, it can be gone in a few minutes. But what we do is we try to avoid the emotion, and that's why it lingers and it lasts longer and longer. So if you're sad, cry, weep it out. Sit on the couch and just feel it. If you're angry, what can you do to release that anger? Do you need to scream? Do you need to punch a pillow? Do you need to put some rage music on and stomp? Don't judge yourself here. Just feel it. Because that's allowing us to process the emotion and release it from our body. And remember, we feel the emotions in our body. The only way to truly release and heal it is to feel it within the body. Release it for your greater good. Break free from it because you deserve to break free from that. So next time the next emotion comes up for you or judgment for you, be grateful for it. Be grateful for where you're at. Be grateful that it came up to allow you to process it. Be grateful that you have the awareness now for it. Maybe while listening to this episode. Gratitude is the best thing you can do. Be like, you know what? Thank you. Okay, cool. You're giving me a chance to feel this emotion. Let's process it so we can heal it for good. And at the end of the day, stop judging yourself for it. Imagine how far you will be if you just feel it instead of judging yourself for it. Because you're bringing that turmoil in your head. My heart feels this way, but my head's telling me I shouldn't. So shame on me. That's getting you nowhere. Getting you nowhere. And I don't want you to feel that confliction with your heart and your head. I've been there so many times. I've seen it with my clients. No one deserves to be there. So next time you feel yourself judging yourself over something, what are you feeling? And how can you just allow yourself to feel it without judging? How can you just be in the moment? How can you just process through the thoughts and the feelings? And have compassion for yourself. Put your hand on your heart. Thank yourself for showing up to process through it instead of judging yourself and trying to move along and bury it back down. Because it's going to come back up again eventually. You know it. Okay? Don't judge yourself. It doesn't get us anywhere. Just become aware of it and feel it. Okay? I hope this episode helps. If you gained value from it, please take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram, and share it at Tatiana_Kuto. I appreciate you sharing all of the episodes that you guys do, helping spread the word and the message to help others who may need to hear the message as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't following me already, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Kuto. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, continue to shine bright and embrace your radiance.